Nic Nemeth set to go one-on-one with Rich Swann for the first time in nearly 2 years here in TNA Wrestling. These two tangled on the path to Slammiversary in 2024. There is the Call Your Shot Gauntlet Trophy, which Nic Nemeth captured a share of at this past year's Bound for Glory, our biggest pay-per-view event of the year in October. The cup signifies that Nic Nemeth can call his shot for a TNA title match of his choosing anytime, anywhere, and he's made it abundantly clear, Raywalt, that Nic Nemeth is gunning for the TNA World title.
I mean, no doubt about it. Can you imagine, after the controversial finish of the Call Your Shot Gauntlet with both Frankie Kazarian and Nic Nemeth winning, wait a second.
Covered here by Nemeth trying to tie up Swann. Boom! Oh! Hell of a drop kick.
We've already seen Kaz successfully call his shot. Could Nic Nemeth also, from that same event, call his shot and win the TNA World Championship?
Mike Santana has said he's prepared to have his back against the wall. He knows he has a target on him as the TNA World Champion, but think about the circumstance he's walking into at No Surrender. Leon Slater has not been able to compete here in TNA Wrestling due to the myriad of visa issues that many across the world have been dealing with. We can't wait to have him back tomorrow night, Friday the 13th of February, live in Nashville. But Slater and Santana working together up against two former TNA World Champions in Nemeth and Edwards. So if you're the champion, Santana, how do you navigate this situation?
I mean, if you're Santana, you live the way you've always lived, right? You count on yourself. Yourself and your family are the only ones you can trust when it comes to Mike Santana. I don't think Leon Slater would do anything underhanded, but he certainly has, let's just say, less incentive to save Mike Santana's butt should he get in trouble.
Well, hold on a second. Have you ever known Leon Slater to be dishonorable in that way?
I know, but look, World Championship glory clouds a lot of people's vision.
Right, but that idea, option C, which for those that don't know, means Slater could exchange his X Division Championship for a TNA World title shot. We're going to explore that more right now. Can Nemeth get back in it against Swann here on AMC?
Nemeth here is catching a couple of extra moments of breath here. Swann is controlling the ring, but the wanted man looking to put this match back on his terms.
Count of four from our referee, Frank Gastineau. Nemeth taking his time, getting back into the ring.
Oh! Swanee not even letting Nemeth back into the ring proper. Rich Swann, who has gotten himself into some of the best shape of his life, let alone his career. A clear head, a clear mind, and Swann is definitely on a whole new lease on life.
Off the leg drop, hook to the inside leg. Nemeth gets the left shoulder off of the mat.
And now it is Rich Swann who is taking control of the Call Your Shot Gauntlet winner, Nic Nemeth here. Or Swann riding high, coming off that victory against AJ Francis. No holds barred, no easy feat, toppling the giant.
Oh, kick right to the spine there by Swann.
And Swann, he is feeling himself. That's the Rich Swann we all know. The Rich Swann many people thought was maybe quieted or kept held down by AJ Francis while he was in first class.
AJ Francis disrespected Rich Swann a number of times. It led to the falling out between the two, and the group known as First Class disintegrated. It was Rich Swann who destroyed the First Class penthouse.
Rich Swann looking straight ahead to what's next for him. And what's next for Nic Nemeth is boom! Face first right to the buckle.
Swann taking his time. Swann was a part of the Feast or Fired field a number of weeks ago here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, trying to get himself back into title contention. And if he can knock off Nic Nemeth, make a pretty good case to do so.
No doubt about it, former world champion, former X Division champion. Swann could be back on the mountaintop again. Meanwhile, Nemeth has to look ahead to tomorrow night. And try to get out of the blocks here with Swann.
Tomorrow night we'll be live on TNA Plus in Nashville, Tennessee, Saturday, February 14th. Spend Valentine's Day with TNA Wrestling as we present iMPACT in Music City.
Nothing says I love you like people beating the ever-loving crap out of each other for your entertainment.
Head first.
Good God.
Into the hardest part of the ring where steel meets wood, and the referee checking to see if Rich Swann can continue.
There's a nasty landing for Swann there. Swann might not be able to continue. May not even be able to. And you see Nic Nemeth there asking for the count out. Swann, he may not be capable of answering the count. Impacted vertebrae after that nasty landing.
Count of 4 from our referee. Swann has to the count of 10 to get back inside the ring so this match can continue, but Nic Nemeth appears content to take a count out.
Nothing on the line, a win is a win.
Swann rolls back inside the ring, the match continues. Nemeth continues the assault.
Wear your passion. Live your fandom. Show your style. TNAmerch.com, your one-stop shop for all things TNA wrestling. Shirts, hats, hoodies, and so much more. Get it now before it's all gone. TNAmerch.com.
This is TNA Thursday Night iMPACT in Albuquerque, New Mexico on AMC. A battle of 2 former TNA World Champions between Rich Swann and Nic Nemeth. Tomorrow night we'll be live at the Pinnacle in Nashville, Tennessee on TNA Plus for No Surrender.
And right now, Swann, who's been under the heel of Nic Nemeth the last couple of minutes in this matchup, is finding new life.
Well, now Swann dives into the corner. Nic Nemeth able to sidestep him for just a moment. Swann lashes out with a super kick. Neck breaker by All Night Rich Swann.
Look at this, look out!
Swann, the roll-up splash. Here's the cover. Looks to the leg. Oh, and a kick out there by Nic Nemeth.
Nemeth able to dig down deep, but Swann able to turn things around.
Take a look back at what happened during the commercial break. Watch as Nic Nemeth launched Rich Swann head first into the apron. Somehow, Swann was able to survive the 10 count and has gotten back into this match.
At that point, we thought Swann might have been done. Nearly couldn't answer that 10 count, but continues to fight here.
Nemeth was thinking about a DDT. Oh, now the famouser, and again, head first into the match.
That's right.
There's the cover. Rich Swann is somehow still alive.
Nemeth clearly has a plan of attack after what happened on the outside. He's gonna go after that head, go after the neck. But Swann, I told you, he's got a new lease on life.
I'm curious what Nic Nemeth's plan is tomorrow night at No Surrender.
Well, we got to take a look back at this really quick. Watch the famouser again. Head, neck, face first into the mat. Dangerous position here for Rich Swann.
Tomorrow night at No Surrender, it's the TNA World Champion Mike Santana, the returning X-Division Champion Leon Slater up against the Call Your Shot Gauntlet winner Nic Nemeth and Eddie Edwards, who has a guaranteed TNA World title shot courtesy of Feast or Fire. Could No Surrender be the night that Santana loses the championship yet again?
The question would be, though, even if so, to whom?
Oh, now Nemeth was going for danger zone. Super kicked out by the one-in man. Whoa, wait a minute. Nemeth went for danger zone. Rich Swann able to evade and a kickback.
What incredible athleticism Incredible wherewithal from Swann. Unbelievable here.
Nemeth is down. Swann. Frog splash.
High risk, high reward. Is it enough?
Hook to the leg. Oh, and a kick out there by Nemeth. Well, we talked about it before the break. We understand Eddie Edwards and Nic Nemeth. They could take their opportunity at a TNA World title shot after the conclusion of the tag team match and no surrender.
No doubt, as you take another look at that huge splash, not enough to put Nemeth away here tonight. But that is what's on the table for Mike Santana.
But the idea introduced by Daria Ray last week, the suit. Daria said maybe Leon Slater should think about utilizing option C, which here in TNA Wrestling, option C is if you're the reigning X Division champion, you can relinquish the X Division title and secure a guaranteed TNA World title shot. So you think Slater would do that to Santana at no surrender?
Anything's possible when World Championships are on the line.
Swann went for the Phoenix Splash, another spike into the canvas, the DDT, however, didn't end it.
Oh, wait there though, but Nic Nemeth immediately latching on to the rear naked choke here. Body scissors and all.
Nic Nemeth, the Kent State Hall of Famer, trying to put Rich Swann to sleep.
Trying to squeeze whatever life is left. Planting Rich Swann face first, neck first, hasn't worked yet. Now he's just trying to squeeze whatever's left. Is Swann truly all night long? Look at this!
Nemeth had to clear Swann back in 2024 to get to his TNA World Championship win at Slammiversary.
Look at the strength, the fortitude of Rich Swann here.
Think about the number of times Swann has been spiked head first by Nemeth in this match. Oh, and a DVD!
The number of times he's been counted out. The number of times people have thought he could not do it, could not win it. Swann has proven many, many doubters wrong.
Nemeth trying to get past Swann to set himself up for tomorrow night at the Pinnacle in Nashville, Tennessee, live on TNA Plus. Could Nemeth call his shot against the TNA World Champion Mike Santana? Could Eddie Edwards use his feast or fired opportunity against Santana? Could you imagine Slater turning on Mike Santana with option C?
Again, the allure of that world title does many a thing to a man. Expect the unexpected at no surrender. Look at this!
Oh, now Swann not backing down.
Nic Nemeth said, come on, Swann. More than happy to bring it here.
Now Swann, handspring. Oh, he got caught, danger zone. Perfect. Swann got caught in the danger zone. That is why Nic Nemeth is one of the best in the world.
Here is your winner, Nic Nemeth.
What an absolutely picture-perfect ending for Nic Nemeth in this matchup.